him earlier this season. He started off as a member of the Tampa Yankees in the Florida State League, got 6 starts at Trenton in Double-A, and now making his major league debut. That is quite the season already here for Jonathan Loaisiga, and he's got power stuff. 5'11", about 170 pounds. Fastball's going to sit 93 to 96, has gotten it up to 98 miles an hour. He's got a power curveball that has tremendous spin rate and a very good changeup. Some people think that changeup may be a little bit too hard, but he's got a 3-pitch mix. He can rack up the strikeouts. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it's going to line up here behind him. Brought to you by our good friends at Golden Diamond Source in the outfield left to right. We've got Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, and Aaron Judge. Across that infield third to first, Miguel Andujar, Didi Gregorius, Gleyber Torres, and Greg Bird with Gary Sanchez behind the plate.
Well, here we go with Matt Duffy stepping in. Hit the first pitch he saw last night out of here to get the Rays on top. The game the Yankees eventually won by putting together a 4-run fifth. All set to play ball. Loaisiga all set, and the first pitch, a cut and a miss on the fastball, and that fastball 97. First pitch of his major league career.
Well, you can imagine that the adrenaline is pumping, and it'll be key for him to control that here early in the game.
Another fastball. He misses with that one, 1-1. Matt Duffy 7th in the American League in hitting at .316. Hitting .374 off right-handers. 2 balls and a strike. Rays start the night 32-36, running third in the East. 15 games off the pace. Yankees continue to have a percentage advantage over the Boston Red Sox, although in the games behind column they're a game back, but a better winning percentage.
It's one of the strangest set of standings you'll ever see. Higher winning percentage, you're in first place, but you're a game back.
And there is ball 3, 3-1. I think the Yankees have 6 makeup games right now, so they played fewer games than Boston, and you figure for Aaron Boone, those standings in those makeup games present a challenge.
I mean, how about that?
There's ball 4. Well, the first pitch strike, and then 4 straight pitches out of the zone. The Rays have a base runner.
Yeah, and how about this? So in his combined minor league 10 starts between Tampa and Trenton, his strikeout to walk ratio was 58-4. Doesn't walk anybody.
Yep.
And walks the leadoff man here. But again, it goes back to what we're talking about with the adrenaline. Everything pumping high right now.
Yeah, you're going to be a little amped up. That's the combo right there. 10 games in the minor leagues, 6-1 with a 3 ERA and just those 4 walks. Bowers fouls it the other way. Well, he's consistently at 97 here in the first inning.
Well, he's got a very smooth, athletic type delivery. They talk about it being a very clean delivery, one that he can repeat. You can see that in the walk rate overall.
Bowers 0 for 3 with a walk in the game last night. Takes this one too high. 1-0. Loaisiga getting this opportunity because Masahiro Tanaka is on the shelf with dual hamstring injuries. Sustained that running the bases from third to home.
And we talked about that on the bus ride over here. You figured by the time you got to third base that you'd be loose.
Yep, but not the case apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when those pitchers run the bases.
The kickers. Listen, kickers don't return punts. They don't.
Well, pitchers don't run the bases. Present company accepted. And the pitch is fouled by Bowers, 1 and 2.
I just can't believe both hamstrings.
I know.
You know, you do one hamstring and that's bad enough, and I'm sure that everybody's pulled a hamstring at some point in their life, but to pull both at the same time, what a setback. And so the Yankees scrambling to try to find some depth in their pitching rotation. You know, interesting, they've got that Justice Sheffield down at AAA. You know, a big prospect that came over in the trade with the Indians.
Yeah, they don't necessarily want to rush him, but that's the issue. Foul ball out of play. So the Yankees lose Tanaka, and Jordan Montgomery, the lefty whom the Rays saw earlier and saw him pitch pretty well with Tommy John surgery.
Yeah. Well, that's the big talk up here, is who are they going to target before the trade deadline and go make the big deal for. This is a team with championship aspirations.
And Bowers is out on strikes. So 1 away. Duffy's still at first, and Wilson Ramos will be headed to the plate. Here's the strikeout pitch.
How about that? 85 miles an hour and straight down. You know, he starts that pitch about halfway through the strike zone and drops it right to the dirt. He said he's got one of the best spin rates on that curveball of the pitchers out there.
Well, you saw the dive on that pitch. There's Wilson Ramos. He takes the fastball down. 1 ball, no strikes. Ramos hitting .282, making a bid for the All-Star team. Missed the fastball up that time. A ball, 2 strikes. Ed Hickox is calling the balls and strikes, and he tends to give the pitcher a little leeway, although 3 of the last 4 years he's kind of gone the other way, and still for his career is a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to strikes to balls called ratio. And keep an eye on Duffy.
Maybe as the technology has gotten better and better with the strike zone, he has kind of reined things in a little bit.
This one is outside, 2-2. Well, if that's the case and they want to speed up the game because you'd really like to open the strike zone to get that done, then maybe they'd better ixnay the technology.
I've got no problem with that.
Tough on these umpires to be scrutinized as closely as they are.
You just don't want it to swing so far to where you go with an automated strike zone.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants that at this point.
Ground ball down to first. Fair, the call by Jerry Meals, and they're going to get Duffy in a rundown, and he is tagged out. Well, that ball was very close off the bat of Ramos when Bird grabbed it. Bird in fair territory, but you see where he had to reach across. And then they get Duffy in the rundown. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score.
I got it.
Honey, please don't do this.
I have to. It's who I am.
The 2018 Toyota RAV4 with foot-activated power liftgate.
Ooh, that's a pineapple.
Lease a 2018 RAV4 XLE for $219 a month for 36 months plus $500 bonus cash. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready for supercharged savings.
It's AutoNation's 72-hour flash sale. Right now, drive a new Nissan Rogue or Altima. Your choice, just $149 a month. Charge in to AutoNation Nissan.
The signs are out there. The luxury you deserve is at your 6 South Florida Mercedes-Benz dealerships. So we have what you want, like a new GLC 300, $419 a month. Or step up to a new Mercedes-Benz GLE 350, $589 a month. Get the best for less than you'd expect at Mercedes-Benz of Miami, Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Coconut Creek, and Delray.
It's AutoNation's 72-hour flash sale. Drive new Camrys or RAV4s with 0 down, 0% financing, plus no payments for 90 days.
Hurry! These savings end in a flash.
At AutoNation Toyota.
I'm Matt Duffy. Stream the Rays live on Fox Sports Go.
On to the bottom of the first inning, Rays lose the opening base runner on that 3-6-1 double play. Tonight's lineup for New York, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Brett Gardner leads it off, then Aaron Judge and Didi Gregorius, Stanton, Bird, and Sanchez down the middle, followed by Hicks, Andujar, and Torres, all against Nathan Eovaldi.
Well, his 4th start, even up record in 16 innings of work, just has the 2 walks, has given up 8 hits, an opponent average 143.
First pitch is a ball up and away.
Well, so both of these guys, first pitch of the ball game for each one of them, 97. Bringing it early.
There's a strike again at 97. I think that's been the case for Eovaldi in all 3 prior starts.
Yep.
Now all 4 starts, that first pitch, 97, getting right down to business with the high octane. 2-1.
Well, if you've got it, use it. And you know, he didn't pitch last year. We've talked about that. So he's so happy to be back out on the mound competing. He's got good power stuff.
Liner into center. That's going to fall in front of Malik Smith for a base hit. So both teams put the leadoff man aboard.
Now let's take a look at the Rays D, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield, left to right, we have Rob Refsnyder, Malik Smith, and Johnny Field across that infield, third to first. We're going to go with Christian Arroyo, Willie Adames, Joey Wendell, and Jake Bowers, with Wilson Ramos behind the dish.
Kevin Cash and the Rays running third in the AL East. Judge hitting .275 and a big cut and a foul ball off the 97-mile-per-hour fastball. 5th in home runs with 18. 5th in runs batted in with 46.
And the vast majority of that damage has been done here at the stadium. His home road splits vastly different.
And a cut and a miss. 0-2.
Well, this is what we're talking about. The average at 353. The on-base percentage here at home is at 494. 2/3 of the homers.
And the fastball fouled back. Well, that fastball consistently up 97, 98. Got the slider and the cutter and the split. One and two. first, and a reach by Bowers to come up with that.
Boy, and a good thing that he did. That throw a little offline. Brett Gardner would have been off to the races. No, not much of a lead, but you see that ball yanked just a little bit by Eovaldi. Glove side for Bowers.
And there's a cut and a miss. So he strikes out Judge for giving up the hit to Gardner.
Well, how about the location? He gets him with that location and with the change of speed, little late movement. And we talked, coming into this ball game, that slider and his split are going to play a prominent role and go a long way in determining how this night turns out for Eovaldi and the Rays. Good start.
Well, he got him on the slider, trying to refine the split and get some consistency within. First pitch to Gregorius. He lifts the fly ball into left, caught by Refsnyder. So going after the first pitch, Eovaldi retires Gregorius on the fastball. So 2 gone with Gardner still at first. And Giancarlo Stanton, the designated hitter, about to step in. Well, as we mentioned earlier, and as you know, Eovaldi pitched here for New York. Said he likes pitching at Yankee Stadium. Always a lot of noise. The fans are consistently involved in the game, and he tries to use that, even though in this case he's pitching against this New York lineup.
Either way, they keep you focused. It's a big stage, and you're right, there's a constant buzz.
Pitch is too high. 1-1. That's one thing that Jake Bowers mentioned. Here's a rookie, never been here before. Walked out and heard that buzz, and it was loud all night. Something a little different than what he's been used to. One ball, 2 strikes. And a cut and a miss. Fastball by him. So Stanton is out of there. No runs ahead, the man left. Joey Wendell will open the second for the Rays.
If you've inherited something and you just have things you aren't wearing anymore, come get the most for your jewelry during our estate buying event June 8th through the 17th.
We buy everything from gold and diamond jewelry, loose or broken diamonds, Rolex watches, gold and silver coins, sterling silver flatware, and any other precious metals.
If you're not sure of the value, our expert appraisers will give you a free estimate.
No other jeweler in Tampa Bay can match the buying power of the Gold and Diamond Source.
We consistently pay the highest prices for estate pieces, but we'll be paying even more during our estate buying event.
She's on the way. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Some moments call for action, or boldness.
We're almost there.
Or style. And some require all 3. Experience the thrill of the moment with the Lexus IS.
Lease the 2018 IS 300 for $299 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
It's time to celebrate the guy who taught you everything. Stock up on Father's Day gifts at Men's Warehouse. Dress shirts and pants are now 3 for $99. Get 50% off all shorts and casual shirts. Plus it's buy one, get one free on select items. Dad's gonna like the way he looks.
Riddick will wave and haul. Davey Martinez with an inside the park home run. He got it. There's a drive hit deep to left to Bobby Smith. Home run, and the Devil Rays win.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ryan Yarbrough. Wade Boggs takes the grand tour. Out of here.
Join the 20th anniversary celebration on Saturday, June 23rd, when the Rays wear Devil Rays throwbacks and take home one of your own. Go to RaysBaseball.com for more info. Rays up.
Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Joey Wendell set to lead off. He had a run batted in last night's game. And a stolen base. He takes ball 1 down. Adames to follow. And then Malik Smith. There's a breaking ball, and it's 1-1.
Well, Joey Wendell has quietly put together a nice season here for the Rays. You know, the average at 278 on base, over 320. He's played a great second base. He's even played well when they've moved it around third and short, too. Great defense for the Rays.
And he misses that one as it went straight down. 1-2. Well, you're right about all of that. He really has been a great story, and from the time he showed up in spring training this year, he's the kind of guy you root for, because he had been at AAA over the last 3 years or so in the Oakland system, biding his time, and that's not easy.
Well, you say to
Behind a couple
yourself,
of infielders and a couple contracts over there, and so he gets a chance to play here.
yeah. You don't want to waste those good, you know, you have that first good year in AAA. Okay, I'll go back, get off to a good start, and they're going to find a place for me. Well, you have another good year, year 2, another one, year 3. Like, am I ever going to get there? And I'm wasting my time. And it had to be hard mentally as much as anything else.
But, you know, that's been his story all the way along. He didn't garner a lot of interest coming out of high school. He went to a small college and really had to battle for everything. He's earned everything he's gotten, and it's refreshing to see him get a chance at the major league level. Out on strikes, and Sanchez goes down to Bird to complete the putout on the second strikeout for this young right-hander. So 1 gone. Wendell retired. Here's Willie Adames. He had a base hit last night, was 1 for 4. Facing Jonathan Loaizaga. Pitch is too high. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. Well, the Rays with this lineup comprised of better than 50% rookies. 1 and 2. And Bowers, who's a rookie. Wendell, who's a rookie. Adames, Arroyo, and Field.
That's okay tonight. They're facing a guy from Double-A.
Yeah, just 23 years old.
That is
back.
That is pretty incredible. You know, you're getting a chance to watch these kids get opportunities, grow, develop right here at the major league level.
Well, there you are, 9 rookies on the active roster. They've used 15 so far this year. And Bowers and Field had some national exposure on the MLB network today. Made a little visit over there and acquitted themselves quite well. 2-2 the count to Adames. Here's Johnny Field. They made the positive impressions and were quick-witted at the same time. A couple of naturals. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you come to the big city, the lights get bright. You get some opportunities, and all of these opportunities allow these guys to grow, experience new things, realize that they belong.
And that is ball 4. Fastball wide. 97 outside, says Ed Hickok. So the Rays got another base runner via the walk. And Malik Smith makes his way to the plate. Well, Malik's trying to start a hitting streak all over. He had one stopped last night at 7. He's hitting .288 now. And he tries to bunt, and that fastball overpowered the bunt.
He spun him right out of the batter's box.
Strike one.
Well, he goes up to lay it down, and then he actually is trying to pull the bat out of there, but the velocity on the fastball got there before he could pull back, and it hit the bat.
That's right.
Wow.
Now 0-2.
So the fastball gets there before the bat can be pulled back on the bunt, and then he comes with the changeup. And Malik starts a little too early and can't hold up. It's a good thing you get 3 of these things.
Is that in between?
Very much so.
You're in between right now.
So.
And he is out on strikes. Came back with it. Could not time up the off-speed pitch. 3 strikeouts for this young right-hander.
Well, it is a hard changeup. Watch the fade. That fade takes it right off the plate and elicits the swing.
Over to first base. Adames is back in. Loaizaga originally signed on with the Giants. That was back in 2013. Pitch is a strike throw to first, and back in is Adames. Quick toss down there by Sanchez. Christian Arroyo, the hitter. Here's another look at the get back. Arroyo hitting .280. That'll make the count 1-1. Rays had a runner on a walk in the first. Double play took care of him. Now with 2 outs, Adames at first on the walk. Comes in high. 2-1. Rob Refsnyder on deck. Now 2-2. Well, I'll tell you, that 96, 97 is pretty easy from him.
That goes back to that delivery being so clean. You know, he showed you a little bit of athleticism, even getting that tag on Duffy in the first inning. And so it becomes effortless on the mound.
Swing and a miss. Fastball. He strikes out the side, gives up a walk, a man left. No score through an inning and a half.
In my day, we had live stingrays roaming the pool to circulate the water.
Keep the water moving with 10 to 15% off pool pumps and more. Only at Pinch A Penny's store-wide 4-day summer sale, June 21st through 24th.
This is your wake-up call. If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, month after month, the clock is ticking on irreversible joint damage. Ongoing pain and stiffness are signs of joint erosion. Humira can help stop the clock. Prescribed for 15 years, Humira targets and blocks a source of inflammation that contributes to joint pain and irreversible damage.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Help stop the clock on further irreversible joint damage. Talk to your rheumatologist. Right here, right now. Humira.
This is not just a yard. It's where memories are made. And you have the best seat in the house. The John Deere X350 Select Series with the exclusive mulch control system. Nothing runs like a Deere.
No score, on to the bottom of the second. Tonight we're participating in the Home Run Challenge. Every home run in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, over $1.8 million has been raised in the challenge, and you too can make a pledge by going to homerunchallenge.org. Greg Bird, the first baseman, takes a strike in at 96 from Nathan Ubaldi. It's down 1-1. Bird did not play last night. Lines this one into right. That's going to roll to the wall. Field with the pickup, and Bird's on his way to second. Well, the Rays had the shift on, and Bird threaded the needle all the way to getting that ball to bound off the fence out there.
Well, he just pulled it a little bit too much, kept it in the air, and kept it away from the shift. That pitch hung up and out over the plate. And that's where you're going to get hurt, those secondary offerings that stay up. It eludes Adames, gets away from field, and Bird into second.
It's his fifth double of the year. Bird was not in the lineup last night. Boy, he has really had to battle injuries the last year plus to get playing time. And now here's Gary Sanchez, the catcher. Man in scoring position, nobody out. First pitch is a strike. Well, Sanchez hitting 188. He was 0 for 2 with a couple walks last night. And as he steps in right now, Sanchez is 4 for his last 55.
You're going back, 3-4 weeks. You're talking about a hit a week.
Back to the mound. Ubaldi holds the runner and goes to first to get Sanchez. Well, he had him out in front. So one gone. Now Adam Hicks, or Aaron Hicks, I beg your pardon. Hicks, an outstanding center fielder, and has developed the offensive side of his game for a long time. You remember Aaron Hicks when he first came up, and the Minnesota Twins thought they had a center fielder for a long time. Didn't work out, but he's been good here with the Yankees.
Well, you settle into a lineup like this and you realize you don't have to do it all yourself. You've got plenty of help around you. For some guys, that it lets them settle in.
It's an interesting situation for a guy, especially like Hicks. And to your point, here's an outstanding athlete and defensive player. He comes here in a lineup where he doesn't have to carry the big load, and he comes into a hitting-friendly ballpark. And for him, if he can spray the ball around, it's spacious enough to take care of that. And he also has a little pop. And right field has always been very friendly for hitters, even right-handed hitters. I mean, you can miss-hit the ball and hit it out to right center here. And so this turns out to be, in those ways, an advantageous spot for him to play.
Well, you know what? And that's what he did last night when you talked about that fifth inning. He got it started with an opposite field home run.
Yep. Out
into right center, batting right-handed. And then you think about that athleticism and that speed and the gaps here and how big it can get out towards center.
A popper. Adames out from short will handle this one. So 2 gone here in the bottom of the second after the leadoff double by Bird. Miguel Andujar will be the hitter. Stu Sternberg, the Rays' principal owner, and Michelle Margot will be visiting with Stu when this game moves into the top of the third to see what's on his mind.
Can't wait, because you never know.
It's always engaging. Now Andujar hitting .303. The pitch inside, 1-0. 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. One and one. Fastball mid-90s. Two balls and a strike. Gleyber Torres on deck. Ground ball toward the middle. Wendell is there, and the throw to first is wide. That will continue the inning. Bowers kept the ball in front of him within reach, so Bird had to stop at third. And Andujar is aboard at first on what appeared to be the third out of the inning, but that throw across the body for Wendell was wide.
Yeah, and I wonder if he had a good enough grip on it, because he didn't have a whole lot on it. There it is, and you see how that ball kind of floats, it kind of cuts. And you just wonder if the grip, you know that Wendell's got a stronger arm than that, and that came out a little goofy.
Now here's Torres. The pitch is upstairs. A ball and no strikes. Well, it's bad enough that the inning continues on the miscue, but now you have to face this guy. Gleyber Torres hit the 3-run home run last night off Snell that made the difference.
He's got more 3-run homers than anybody in Major League Baseball.
He's got 5.
Yeah.
And since the 4th day of May, second only to J.D. Martinez in home runs. Chris Davis of Oakland shares that number of 13. 1-2 now.
Well, the one thing that Aaron Boone talked about in discussing Gleyber Torres is how impressed he is at his ability to make adjustments, not only within a game, but within an at-bat.
Well, he did just that last night. And there is strike 3 call. Got him on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. 2 men left. We're go to inning number 3, no score.
It's moving day. Let's talk about upgrades. From now on, when we move, we want everything to be upgraded. We're upgrading our homes, our lives, whatever this thing is, and even our DirecTV. Because when we sit in our new house with our better stuff, we want an equipment, programming, or premium channel upgrade too. I'd say my work here's done.
Do you live here now?
The DirecTV Movers deal. Call today and ask how to get an equipment, programming, or premium channel upgrade.
I think that the best compliment that you could ever get is when you run into a fan, you know, away from the ballpark, and they say, you know, it's like having you and Dwayne in our living room every single night just talking baseball. That right there is like high five, we're doing our job. That's what makes it fun.
Still scoreless in the top of the third inning here at Yankee Stadium, and I'm with a very special guest, principal owner, very special of the Tampa Bay Rays, Stu Sternberg. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm here with one of our partners, Andy Cater.
Absolutely.
My daughters are with me tonight. Yeah. It was
Very
wonderful,
cool.
Beautiful night out there.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is actually the first road series that we've been able to see some of this young talent. How exciting is it for you to see them perform well at the big league level?
It's everything to us. We have the rest of this season. We've been looking forward to these guys coming up. They've come through they've come through the minors for us. Some we've gotten in trade, especially, you know, Willie and Jake Bowers. So the seeds that we've planted over the years, and they've grown, and it's great to see them at the major league level. And we're going to have a few months. We're all excited.
Where do you think this current organization ranks in terms of years past with talent?
I actually think of us similar to 07 in a sense. Not that next year is going to be a 2008 kind of situation, because you don't have the kind of, you know, Evan Longoria's star power, Carlos Pena doing what he did then, and a lot of things coming together. But we're thick. The organization is thick with talent, and one of the things is like our starting pitching. We have more starting pitching than anybody in baseball. That should always be the case, and even we couldn't withstand some of the large injuries and the nicks and the bang-ups that we've had, and yet we're still doing great on the defensive side of the ball.
Now, speaking of prospects, how do you think the Rays did with this year's draft?
Really well, but in fairness, I do think it's one of those things. It's like when a sports person does a fantasy draft, you always think you did great in the fantasy draft because you get your guy, and you know clearly somebody else passed on him, and you think you got a bargain with him, right? But we're certainly thrilled with our #1 pick, who consensus-wise and any other way fell to us, if you want to call it that. We've had players fall to us before, and it hasn't worked out. But this is a guy who we thought was a real top-of-the-draft talent. There we go. A real top-of-the-draft talent.
Multitasking quite well here.
Oh, that's my history. And I would say on a real-time basis, we were shocked when he got even to number 10 that we were even going to have a chance. So it changed our modus operandi a little bit.
Now, with the bullpen opening games concept, do you feel like not just the team, but the league is kind of getting used to that phenomenon?
I still think there's a huge amount of pushback. When we had started the shifting in size, there was a lot of pushback on the shifting, and you know, we were derided. Not shoot. We were derided a bit, and it seems to have worked out. Who knows how this will go, but we feel strongly it's something that we've thought about for years. And truth be told, we had Steve Geltz do it a couple of times. If the situation arises where it makes sense to do it, we're going to do it. If it makes sense to put a pitcher in the first inning or the fourth inning or the eighth inning or ninth, we're going to do it. And as you see, we've tried to do it with teams that we can match up well against. But clearly, if you have certain pitchers like the Astros do, you're going to be less prone to do something like that. But you know, as everybody knows, we're going to turn over every stone to try to save a run or try to get a run.
All right, last question I got to ask. Is there any update with the new stadium?
Yeah, I guess things are marching forward. and we're very prepared, and I believe, and everything we've been told is that we are as prepared as any other organization has been for unveiling sort of a plan and where we are. We look forward to working with Hillsborough and the city of Tampa going forward. The support has been great. There's been a lot of excitement, and we couldn't be more excited about, I keep using the word excitement, but it's true, we're excited. We couldn't be more excited about, the model and what the stadium looks like, the location. The people around Ybor have been great, and we just over the next few months, we'll stay tuned. We've got some news.
Stu, thank you so much for the time. It was great to talk with you.
Thank you, and enjoy the great weather here.
Thank you very much. Dwayne and BA, back up to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. And an occasional little play-by-play from Stu there. I'm writing down the "oh shoot" phrase, and I might steal that from him from time to time. 2-2 the count on Duffy.
I like it. I like it.
There's a foul ball back. Interesting. Stu did say right there at the end, over the next couple of months, there might be something to be said about the stadium issue. So we'll be patient and see what happens. Walk to Ref Snyder. He was erased on the 6-3 double play. The ground ball to short by Duffy. The throw from Gregorius is in time, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. Rays nothing, New York nothing.
Before you can master your craft, you got to turn up the heat. Before you can get away, you got to know where you're going. And before you can bring your vision to life, you need every little detail to help pave the way. So get ready to take it outside. Take it all outside. And finally tell the Joneses it's their turn to keep up. Because when you want more out of your backyard, Bellegarde paves the way.
Applebee's 2 for $20 now with steak. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
There are dozens of marine biologists in Florida learning the language of dolphins. You think that's amazing? The Florida Lottery has awarded over 775,000 Bright Future scholarships and counting. See success stories at flalottery.com/brightfutures.
I am the DQ Jurassic Chomp Blizzard. Nothing rivals my massive peanut butter bites. And you can only find me at DQ, so hurry in. Run! Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food.
Bring your party to the ballpark on Friday, June 22nd, when the Rays have a divisional clash with the Yankees.
There's a shot. Gets out of here.
Visit your local participating 7-Eleven to pick up a voucher for $7.11 tickets.
Gomez, he got it. Great grab.
And keep saving with $5 Bud and Bud Lights on the Budweiser porch. Go to RaysBaseball.com for more information. Rays up.
No score. We go to the bottom of the third. Tonight only, the Rays have a steal for you. Visit RaysBaseball.com/steal. You can purchase lower-level tickets to the game next Friday against the Yankees for just $15. That's a 50% savings for Rays fans tonight only. Go to RaysBaseball.com/steal to get your deal. Rays up.
Hey, Dwayne, at the rate they're going, when do they finish those suckers?
Tomorrow evening sometime. You want to savor something that good?
Oh, yeah. Well, they are.
Yep. Look at that. Rooting for the Rays and hoping Eovaldi can take care of the top of the lineup here. Brett Gardner. 1-1 to count to Gardner. Judge to be next, and then Gregorius. One and two. Yeah, that last shot comes under the heading of you can't have your lollipop and eat it too, but you can certainly try. It's foul the other way. Gardner line to single into center in the first. And a cut to miss. Gardner out on strikes. Strikeout number 4 in this game for Eovaldi.
Well, he ends up cutting this fastball in and tying Gardner up. Just a little bit of late movement in on Gardner, 92 miles an hour.
Now Aaron Judge. He struck out swinging his first time. There's strike 1. Six, 7, 282 pounds. 1-1.
Boy, long levers can create a lot of leverage, has an absurd amount of power. But, you know, with being that big, you've got a really big strike zone to cover too.
You were talking the first time around about what his numbers had been here at home. The on-base percentage is ridiculous, almost 500 here, 494 at home.
Well, teams pitch him so carefully here. He's got so much power, and really, it's any ballpark in the country, but or out of the country if you're talking about Rogers Center. But they pitch him so carefully here, and he's been patient enough to take his walks. Try his best to not expand the zone.
And he has power to all fields.
There you go.
Big cut on a fastball, a little piece of it foul. But when you look at his month-by-month numbers, the trend is in the opposite direction of what he would like.
Well, especially when you're talking about the average. You know, his actual home run rate has stayed about even. You know, the RBIs have come way down. Average and on base have come way down.
Sharply hit to third. Arroyo with the backhanded pick takes care of Judge. Sharply hit ball and a nice play down there at third by Christian Arroyo.
That got on him so quick. You know, you talk about the hot corner, and a guy like Aaron Judge, this ball was left out over the plate, and a nice job by Arroyo to quickly get that glove over with the backhand. Smooth.
He's done a nice job at third and at second when we've seen him there.
Yeah, two completely different looks, too.
Yep. DJ Gregorius gets hold of this one and pounds it deep and out of here. Well, Gregorius gives New York a quick lead. His 14th home run of the year. 1-0 New York. There are a lot of home runs out there that might not have been home runs in other ballparks. This is not one of them. That's out of any ballpark. Now strike to Stanton. And a chop back is second. Wendell has it. The throw to first in time. So the Yankees score a run on the long home run by Gregorius. On to the fourth we go. 1-0 New York.
Being detected was not an option. If I was recognized, the whole operation was blown. The element of surprise was imperative.
Wow. He won't even recognize you.
Seriously. I don't even recognize myself. And thanks to my Cash Rewards credit card from Navy Federal with never expiring rewards, it's gonna be a killer honeymoon.
Woo! Maui!
Boom.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union. At the Jeep Celebration event, it's time to celebrate the most awarded best-selling SUV lineup. With the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the reimagined Jeep Cherokee. Because no matter where your imagination takes you, Jeep brand vehicles were made to get you there. Hurry in now, and for a limited time, get an additional $500 bonus cash at the Jeep Celebration event. Or well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Jeep Compass for $99 a month.
It's the Father's Day sale at Ace. Save $100 on what Dad really wants. The best brands. That's right. Save $100 or more on top gifts from Traeger, Craftsman, and DeWalt. Hurry in for the Father's Day sale at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We know that sometimes an earthworm is a man's best friend. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Get started fishing during the Gone Fishing event at Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's, with free kids fishing in our catch and release pond and great deals on great gifts for Dad, like flag t-shirts for only $5 and an Igloo 120 quart cooler for under $50. Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Welcome back. Yankees lead 1-0 in the top of the fourth inning here at Yankee Stadium. Well, if you're wondering why C.J. Cron is not in the lineup today, do not worry. He is healthy. Manager Kevin Cash just said that he needed a day off. He said he's been struggling lately, but everybody goes through that. He thinks C.J. will benefit from just kind of sitting and watching a ball game. He'll be right back out there tomorrow. But what this also does is gives Matt Duffy an opportunity to get off his feet, but still use his bat in the lineup at designated hitter. So Cash really utilizing the flexibility of this roster, guys.
Yeah, that's what a manager will do from time to time. You can't play guys every day, and so as you pointed out, Duffy, who played third last night, DHing tonight. C.J. Cron with the night off. 1-1 to count. That first pitch, a strike, a changeup to Bowers. There's Matt Duffy, who's walked and grounded out tonight. 7th leading hitter in the American League. Now 1-2. Bowers, Ramos, and Wendell due up with the Rays down. A 1-0 game on the Gregorius home run. And Bowers got a little bit of that one to stay alive. That pitch from Eovaldi to Gregorius appeared to be an attempt at a curveball. He doesn't throw a lot of those, and that just hovered right up out over the plate.
Yeah, he was trying to steal a strike is what he was doing, and when you saw Gregorius just unload, and he had such a great start to the season. A miserable
how about that stretch he went through?
Man, extremely difficult, and then has started to heat up once again.
And Bowers swings and misses, so he's out on strikes for the second time. Take another look at that pitch to Gregorius.
Yep. And you know what? And the Eovaldi knew it. Trying to sneak a strike. You're up there not expecting the hitter to attack a first pitch curveball, but that's exactly what he did.
Here's Wilson Ramos.
You know, and really, when you think about it, that's just Didi Gregorius reacting. It's not like, you know, Nathan Eovaldi even throws enough curveballs to be on your radar.
Yeah, you're not going to look for that because really it's in the low single digits in percentages that he's even going to throw the curveball.
He'll have an outing where he won't throw one.
Yeah.
And so you're certainly, again, you're right. You're not looking for it. You're just up there. You're ready to hit. And all of a sudden you pick up early spin and realize this thing isn't really breaking. And boy, he turned it loose.
Now, Gregorius has been a great story here since coming to New York in the aftermath of Jeter's retirement. And it was not an easy transition. He struggled at the outset, but boy, he has become a valuable member of this New York lineup.
Shows
the last May notwithstanding.
Yeah, right.
Hey, there's a liner the other way. Base hit for Ramos. And the Rays pick up their first hit. So they've had a base runner in every inning. 3 walks spread over the first 3 innings, and now a 1-out single by Ramos.
Well, just a hanging breaking ball. That curveball, he got around it. And so that pitch stayed up and very hittable.
Well, Joey Wendell has seen a lot of breaking stuff. Struck out his first time. And he bounces this one to the right side. Torres has the play at first. That's it. 2 gone.
That was interesting, too, because I don't think Gleyber Torres even thought about going after Ramos. And he's certainly a guy you could have probably set your feet and gotten the lead runner. But he was going to first base the entire way. There's the breaking ball. There he tops it. Torres certainly could have set his feet and gotten Wilson Ramos easily at second and just chose to take the out at first.
Well, let's see if the Rays can take advantage of that. Move up. Willie Adames takes the ball down.
Put a lot of faith in your pitcher. Hey, I know you got this. Just let me take the out over here.
This is down 2-0. Jonathan Loaiziga, 23 years old, out of Nicaragua. It's fouled out of play. It's 2-1. Pretty good right-hander by the name of Dennis Martinez with 245 wins out of Nicaragua.
How about his story? You look at his entire career. First of all, 245 wins.
Yep.
Just a awesome accomplishment.
But 3,999 and 2/3 innings. 2/3. A third of an inning away from 4,000.
And, you know, his last season,
yep,
he pitched on the last day of the year.
Yes.
And
he pitched for the Braves. I think it was Bobby Cox who took him out.
Yeah, with game left.
A third of an inning away from 4,000 innings pitched. How about that? 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a foul again. Off a fastball at 96. This young right-hander here, the 15th Nicaragua-born pitcher. 11th pitcher, the 15th player. Hey, a base hit into right. Ramos will stop at third base with Judge coming in to make that pickup. So it's first and third. Adames a single the other way. And that's going to give Malik Smith a chance to see if the Rays can get on the board.
A very smart hold there by Matt Quatraro. Nice at bat by Willie Adames, too, and going down and getting that breaking ball. And you can see him holding him straight up. No way you're going to run on Aaron Judge and his arm from out in right field. One of the best in the game.
Yeah, Matt was out there to get right in front of Ramos and the path he would take, so he was willing to give up his body to make him stop at third. So first and third now. And here's Malix. Pitch away, 1-0. So this young right-hander, the 11th pitcher to come out of Nicaragua, the 15th Nicaragua-born player. And now they have a little conference. Gary Sanchez out there to talk things over. Rays with men on base in every inning. Single walks in the first, second, and third innings. And a couple of base hits in the fourth. And that finds Ramos at third, Adames at first. 1-0 the count to Malix again. Smith 0 for 4 last night. In fact, he made the last out of the game. And that put an end to a 7-game hitting streak for Smith. It's 1-1.
He's got a steady diet of changeups here over the course of his 2 at-bats. Having a hard time recognizing it. He's gone after a number of them, including this one right here. It was that opening fastball. Remember when he squared around to bunt? Outside of that, it's been all off speed.
And now, strike 2. Staying off speed with him.
At some point, he's coming back with that heater. At some point. He continues to lull Malix Smith to sleep with the changeup. At some point, he's going to try and juice him. Not yet.
Probably not this time.
No.
And it's down. Blocked by Sanchez. 2-2. Take a look at the block.
Well, that runner on third becomes so important, and that thing almost skipped through the 5-hole, and what made it more difficult was it hit the plate. So it hits the plate, it skips. Almost made its way through. Now here comes your heater.
And a bit wide with it. And the count is full. Well, finally he came with a fastball, but outside.
What's the one that he needed? He would have blown that right by him. After all those changeups that he missed with it. So now back to the drawing board.
Well, here we go. 3-2. And it's high. So he walks him and the bases are loaded. And he went back to the off speed. Bases will be loaded for Christian Arroyo. And Larry Rothschild, Yankees pitching coach, heads to the mound.
He has as many walks tonight as he's had all season long.
Yeah, in under 4 innings. This Father's Day, give Dad the gift of baseball with MLB.tv. Watch baseball live or on demand on his favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. Blackout and other restrictions apply. So visit MLB.tv for details. Rothschild pretty direct there, did most of the talking. He departs. Ed Hickok's out there trying to break up the rest of that infield get together. And we'll see how this goes with Christian Arroyo. Arroyo had a couple pretty good cuts off him in the second, but ultimately struck out on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Well, in these situations, he's fared pretty well in half a dozen at-bats. And a cut and a miss.
Well, that's a gutsy pitch there by Loaizaga. Coming in with the first pitch breaking ball after his 4th walk of the game, and I'll tell you, he had Arroyo fooled and pulling off of it.
And because that breaking ball stayed up. Oh, 1 count. Now, strike 2.
And got away with another one here. This one really hung middle, and you start to peel off that one, and you're gonna run into it for extra bases probably.
fouls the fastball out of play. Down 2 strikes. Ramos at third, Adames at second, Smith at first.
He comes breaking ball here. He better be careful to not overthrow it.
This will be the 28th pitch of the inning. And it's down.
And you know what? It may have supposed to have been a curveball. Gary Sanchez got eaten alive by that fastball. You know, obviously with a runner at second, you're going with a different set of signs. He's getting ready like he's going to block that as a breaking ball or anticipate blocking it. And you get hit with that. You saw him give the eye like, hey, listen, pay attention and calm down. I get told that a lot.
Now, 1-2 pitch with the bases loaded, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. He came back with the breaking ball. Strikes out Arroyo on the Rays, leave him loaded. Here's the strikeout pitch, and boy, a good one. 1-0 New York.
New Honda cars for less than the competition, starting at just $149 a month, or save thousands with 0.9% for up to 60 months. Fitz, Civics, and Accords from $149 a month. Fit, best subcompact for the money. Civic, KBB.com's best buy, or Accord, the North American car of the year. Drive new Hondas from $149 a month today at your local Honda dealer.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Get ready for supercharged savings.
It's AutoNation's 72-hour flash sale. Right now, drive brand new 2018 Honda Accord for only $179 a month. Bolt in to AutoNation Honda.
The signs are out there. The luxury you deserve is at your 6 South Florida Mercedes-Benz dealerships. So we have what you want, like a new GLC 300, $419 a month. Or step up to a new Mercedes-Benz GLE 350, $589 a month. Get the best for less than you'd expect at Mercedes-Benz of Miami, Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Coconut Creek, and Delray.
Get ready for supercharged savings.
It's AutoNation's 72-hour flash sale. Drive Camrys or RAV4s, 0 down, 0% financing, no payments for 90 days. Charge in to AutoNation Toyota.
Stream the Rays live on Fox Sports Go.
Our Toyota inside look. We're in the bottom of the 4th here in New York, and you can see the Rays and how they have struggled here at Yankee Stadium since 2015, just 8-24. And the rest of these numbers pretty much explain why.
Well, the ERA, both of the starters and the bullpen approaching 5. You're only scoring a little over 3.5 per game. That's not a recipe for very much success, and that's what it's been.
Greg Bird looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike. Double to open the second inning. We've only pitched out of that. Now the fastball has him late. 0-2. Ground ball right back to the hill. 1 away. Bird out of there. Now the catcher, Gary Sanchez. Rays continue to be involved in a lot of close games. They've played 28 one-run games. They're only 10-18 in those. Down 1-0 tonight. Sanchez, strike one on a fastball fouled straight back.
Yeah, that's something that Kevin Cash has talked about, the razor-thin margin of error and how every play needs to be made. They cannot give away or continue to give away outs on the base paths. They need to be able to make the plays in the field, the big pitch when needed. This offense is built, the Rays offense is built on getting the big hit. They're going to get guys into scoring position. They need the big hit to be able to bring him in, and all of that together matters.
2-1 on Sanchez.
You got to believe, too, with them playing that many games, these guys get frustrated. They're like, we're that close, that close all the time, just not able to quite get over the hump.
Ground ball third. Arroyo throws a strike to first. 2 up and 2 down. Aaron Hicks on his way to the plate. Hicks popped out to Adames, the shortstop, in the second inning, 0 for 1. And he tries to bunt. When he puts that bunt down, he could almost walk to first base.
Well, Arroyo is so far off the bag and playing at a normal depth. Pretend I just circled him right there. He's the guy closest to third and kind of back. This is where Gary has to tag him.
Hey, he's putting down the bunt again and fouls it, so unsuccessful, and he's 0 for 2 right now. So the count is 2 strikes.
Well, it's been open for him, but like anything else, you can have the right idea, you can throw the right pitch, you could be looking for the right pitch, but you've got to be able to execute. He has not, and now Eovaldi 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
And it's fouled back.
Hey, by the way, in this at-bat right here, we've seen 3 different deliveries from Eovaldi. The first one, he had almost a slight pause. You see a lot of the Japanese pitchers do that. They come to the apex of their windup.
Yeah, that's pause. Almost standard procedure for them.
And then this last one was a quick pitch. He had no leg kick whatsoever.
1-2. Ground ball right side. Eovaldi's going to have to get over, and the throw from Bowers is there in time to get Hicks. 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the 5th. 1-0 New York.
I am the DQ Jurassic Chomp Blizzard. Nothing rivals my massive peanut butter bites. And you can only find me at DQ, so hurry in. Run! Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food.
There are dozens of marine biologists in Florida learning the language of dolphins. You think that's amazing? The Florida Lottery has awarded over 775,000 Bright Future scholarships and counting. See success stories at flalottery.com/brightfutures.
When your device is critical to your job, only rely on long-lasting power of Duracell batteries. Delivered right to your desktop the same day when you order by 11:30. Pinpoint delivery by who? Who but WB Mason.
Well, my parents met in Texas. Then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Open to the Armed Forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
For 30 years, this has been your home.
your home for some of the greatest moments in Florida sports.
Wade for three. Kaboom! He's back!
Times have changed, but one thing has stayed the same. You will always be welcome here. You will always be welcome home.
Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sound is brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By El Dorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. You see those tulips there?
I do.
Saw our director, Gary Nicholas, tiptoeing through those tulips earlier today before he found his way into the production truck.
Wow, the Gare Bear?
Yeah.
Went out barefoot through the tulips?
Yes, he did. Want to know the count to Rob Refsnyder?
He must have been feeling very, very artistic.
All you have to do is watch one of our games to see how artistic he is. And just gathering inspiration. Tap foul, 1-2.
We need to get him to a furry convention. Because I've got the perfect getup for him.
Yep.
I'm not a very creative guy, but I know what it would look like.
I just say have at it.
We've been around one before. But that was a few years ago in Pittsburgh.
Doing two. Of all the likely places we've hit across America,
yep,
it was in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh,
yep.
They love it.
Gary tells it actually happened twice in Pittsburgh. Hey, there's a line drive up the left side, foul.
Well, he would know since he attended.
Yeah, it seems to me that we were only in Pittsburgh once. So, if it was twice. 2-2 now. Rays try to get something going. High popper into shallow center. Torres going out now. Judge coming in, and he makes the catch in shallow right center. Refsnyder is out of there. Time now for Lowe's whole team together. And we'll look at the New York pitching numbers in June, and it has really held their team together. Team ERA of 2.21, and look at that bullpen.
The bullpen has gotten its act together, all of these guys, and I'll tell you what, Aaron Boone has just top-notch talent to turn to in just about any situation. You know, Dylan Betances, had a little stretch where he was struggling. He has locked it back in. He's given up 2 hits in his last 14 innings. You've got Adam Warren, Jonathan Holder, Robertson, Chad Green, Chapman. I mean, just accomplished pitchers coming out of that pen with great stuff.
Bullpen well fortified.
It makes you very smart.
There's a liner and a base hit for Johnny Field. He'll make the turn at first. Hicks returns the ball to the infield. Well, the Rays have had base runners in every inning. They left them loaded in the 4th. And so Johnny Field down there out of the 9th spot. A solid line drive base hit into center. You know, Field just quietly has put together a good job for the Rays. We've seen him hit the ball all over the place. He can play all over the outfield. Here's Duffy, strike one.
Yeah, the other thing that he has shown is a level of intelligence in this game. Even going back to that base hit, knowing that Loaizaga got a very good fastball. He was so short, direct, and quick to that baseball. Didn't try to do too much with it and just bang it right back up the middle, trying to get something started. And that's just being a smart, heady player.
That has been a redeeming quality about the makeup of this team. They resemble baseball players. Oh, you guys say, well, they're all baseball players. Well, of course, they have uniforms and they're playing baseball, but there are baseball players and then there are baseball players. And these guys showing signs of being the latter, which is a positive thing for the development of this club. There's one.
You get
He's a baseball player.
Yeah, there's a number of them, but it's the intangibles. It's stuff that's hard to put your finger on. Just a good feel for the nuances of the game, situational things.
It's foul up the right side.
Know when to go for it, when not to.
Yep.
Good instincts is really what it comes down to. Baseball instincts. And we have been around enough to see that there are a lot of good athletes in this game that always don't have the greatest of baseball instincts.
One, two. Ground ball right side. Torres goes back to second this time, and they get the out. There must have been a little conversation in the dugout about that, because with Field running, he goes to second and gets the out.
There is no doubt about it. I mean, if you're ever going to just go to first base, it would have been right there. But Gleyber Torres, a little bit shaded up the middle. He's got a range to his left and already setting his feet to turn and make that throw out there to Gregorius. And they do cut down the lead runner. It's close.
It's a quick turn for him to get that ball to second in time. Here's Jake Bowers. Ground ball. Torres takes care of that. And the Rays leave a base runner. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 New York.
Alyssa Rodriguez teaches biology. There's nothing else she'd rather do. But Florida politicians care so little about her and other teachers, they're now amongst the worst paid in the nation, as our public schools are left begging for funds. I'm Philip Levine, and I'm running for governor to stop the testing and start investing. With pay raises for teachers, more funding for public schools, and by giving every child a chance to succeed for the sake of our kids.
Philip Levine for governor.
I said I'm sorry. I was eating a Milky Way. Hey, pass me that bug spray. At least it was SPF 50. Sorry.
Every now and then, we all need a little escape. A place to take a brief vacation from the everyday. And that place is Bonefish Grill. Here, the Oak Grill crackles, preparing peak of season fresh fish just the way you like it. And Whitecoat Anglers offer handcrafted cocktails and service with an attentive touch. Whether it's date night or girls' night or just a spontaneous weeknight, Bonefish Grill is your neighborhood destination where it all comes together. So come to Bonefish Grill tonight and escape the ordinary.
Bring your party to the ballpark on Friday, June 22nd, when the Rays have a divisional clash with the Yankees.
There's a shot. Gets out of here.
Visit your local participating 7-Eleven to pick up a voucher for $7.11 tickets.
Gomez, he got it.
Great grab.
And keep saving with $5 Bud and Bud Lights on the Budweiser porch. Go to RaysBaseball.com for more information. Rays up.
Tonight's Geico Great Moment. We go back to 2000. The Rays enjoyed back-to-back walk-off wins for the first time in club history, beating the Angels 3-2 on Fred McGriff's two-run homer in the ninth off Troy Percival, and then 2-1 on Russ Johnson's RBI single in the ninth inning. That came the following day off Shigetoshi Hasegawa. In New York tonight, bottom half of the fifth inning. Big swing right there by Andujar. Strike one. And Andujar, Torres, and Gardner due up. Only run of the game, the home run by Didi Gregorius in the third. Tap foul, 0-2. What a gorgeous night. Here's Gregorius, that home run, his 14th of the year. And a hanging curveball out. One ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball toward the middle. Long throw from second, not going to be in time. Adames couldn't get there. Wendell shaded that way, got there, but had to make a long throw. And Andujar has a base hit.
Perfectly placed. You can see where Wendell is, and he is certainly shaded in a good area, but just splitting the difference between Adames and Wendell, and it allows Andujar to get down the line and reach safely. Well, now you got to be careful too, because you've got a wide open right side of the infield with the runner being held on.
Torres fouls it that way out of play. Strike one. Ubaldi got ahead of Torres in the second inning and got him looking on a fastball.
See all that room with Wendell up the middle. Bowers holding on Andujar.
Fouled out of play, 0-2. The Yankees had a base runner in the first, left him on, left 2 men on in the second inning, got the home run from Gregorius in the third. Ubaldi had a 1-2-3 fourth. A man on in the fifth, then Torres pops it up foul. Ramos is there to make the catch. It'll be out number 1. Bowers was coming down from first when Ramos was tracking that pop foul, and as Torres left, he dropped the bat, and it was in a potentially difficult spot perhaps for Ramos, and so Bowers was down there just in case Ramos ran into that bat, but he caught it about 2-3 steps from it. Here's Brett Gardner. Fouling the first pitch, strike one. Nine consecutive first pitch strikes now for Ubaldi tonight.
Well, that's one of the categories that he has excelled in his, well, now 4th start. He was over 70% coming in. Of course, that goes back to that start that he had in Washington.
And you see his pitch count right now, working to the third hitter in the 5th inning, 66 pitches.
Well, he's ultra aggressive out there on the mound, pounding that strike zone early, getting ahead early, obviously.
Ground ball back to the mound. Adames 1, Bowers 2. 1-6-3 on the double play. We're through 5 from Yankee Stadium. A 1-0 ball game as the Rays will send Ramos to lead off the 6th. Here's the double play to end the 5th.
Two bulls were fighting. Bam, hit the truck.
I could feel the barbed wire was just digging into the paint.
Another ding, another scratch. It'll just be another chapter in the story. Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road. Hurry in now and get 18% of MSRP cash back on this Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT All-Star pickup when you finance with GM Financial. Offer ends July 2nd. See your Southern Chevy dealers.
They're waiting, tracking your every move. Now, with DirecTV Cinema, you can catch up on this colossal movie collection for a special price. For a limited time, buy any Jurassic movie for $9.99. Watch them whenever, wherever you want, on the screen of your choice.
You gotta be able to relate to at least one of those things.
But you better hurry before this deal goes extinct. Buy any Jurassic movie today for $9.99. DirecTV Cinema. Movies on Channel 1100.
Introducing LifeRoom, where outdoor living meets future technology. LifeRoom's smooth glide screens keep harmful UV rays and bugs out, and its innovative cooling system gives you comfort and tranquility. Enjoy your LifeRoom year-round with a free radiant heater. Call today for your free design consultation and learn more about this patent-pending revolution in outdoor living that costs less than you'd imagine. Act now. Life awaits. LifeRoom. Outdoor living perfected.
Well, it's a 1-0 ball game. The young right-hander out of Nicaragua is starting this game. Jonathan Loaiziga. Loaiziga with 3 hits, no runs. He walked 4, struck out 6, and will depart this game with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, successful debut. I mean, he went 5 scoreless, wasn't always pretty. He matched his number of walks that he had in the minor leagues in 10 starts here tonight, but he was able to pitch around it, keep the Rays off the scoreboard, and now gives way to that vaunted bullpen.
Jonathan Holder will be the first man out of that pen. Just recently turned 25 years of age. He faces Wilson Ramos. The pitch is down, a ball, no strikes. Loaiziga 91 pitches, 57 strikeouts, 5 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball. 1-1 to count. Holder out of Mississippi State. Went to high school in Gulfport, Mississippi. He was drafted in 2014. Got to the big leagues initially a year before last for a handful of games. There's a ball hit directly to Torres, right into the defensive setup. Torres is on the shortstop side of second base with the shift and throws out Ramos.
Could not have positioned him any better. There is somebody with a 3-ring binder doing a little backflip right now.
Acrobatic and limber, no doubt.
Well, I was going to say, and probably hurting themselves. But still.
Yeah, if anybody in his booth did that, there'd certainly be some pain involved. Now strike to Joey Wendell. No points for form either.
Oh no, it would all be ugly.
Liner foul out of play. 0-2. We're glad to have you with us tonight from New York. The Rays and the Yankees playing game 2 of a 4-game series. A couple of day games tomorrow and then Sunday, and then the Rays take on the tough Houston Astros starting Monday. Tough road trip with these two clubs. Fly ball lifted into left, and Gardner back a couple steps and makes the catch. So 2 up, 2 down against Holder. Holder in 37 games last year. He was 1-1. He worked 2 days ago an inning against Washington. That's a strike. He's been up and down a couple times this year between Scranton and the Yankees. Has a strike on Adames. Lifted foul. Fastball. Adames has walked and singled in this game.
Yeah, really nice at bat his last time up. Going into right field, worked an at bat, got a pitch down and away. Good sign, not trying to do too much with it. He's going to have to battle here because the first 2 pitches by Holder were perfect spots.
Down and away. 1-2. Lifted up the right side, out of play. Fastball runs upstairs. That one at 95. Alex Smith hoping to get a chance to bat in this inning. Adames would have to reach for the 3rd straight time. Lifting a fly ball toward the line and right. Judge will run out of room. So another pitch to be made. Yankees won 91 games last year. They were 91 and 71, up from 84 wins the year before. And now the count's full. So Adames, after falling down 0-2, has a full count.
Well, he's fouled off some tough pitches. He's taken some others, showed patience at the plate, and now should get something here to hit. At least he should. We'll see.
And he draws the walk. So the Rays with a base runner. They've had a man on base, at least one man on base in every inning. Live coverage of the FIFA World Cup is on Fox. Tomorrow, Messi and Argentina battle Iceland in group play. Coverage begins at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Pacific time, or stream all the action live on the Fox Sports app. Alex Smith does get this at bat and takes a strike. Well, the Rays have 3 hits. They've drawn 5 walks. So far, no runs. Adames back in. Once again. take the count to a ball and a strike.
And Jonathan Holder keeping with the theme of the night here, and that's a lot of changeups to Malik Smith. You know, he came into this series pretty hot for the Rays over the last week and a half. A lot of multi-hit games, and they are trying to take some of that aggressiveness away from him.
There's a cut and a miss.
Going back to a phrase, Dwayne, that you used earlier in the night, trying to get him in between. You know, that's what they're really trying to do. We're almost pitching him backwards. A lot of change-ups, and he come 93 here, and they power it right by him.
Yeah, that messes with the hitter's mind.
Their timing gets thrown way off. Then you get caught guessing.
Runner goes. The pitch is wide. The throw is in time. Adames in head first. Gregorius taking the throw and applying the tag. Adames caught trying to steal.
This is a cannon shot.
1-0 New York, mid-6.
Take advantage of huge savings during the Lazy Days 2018 model clearance sale. Choose from over 1,500 RVs from the nation's largest selection of RV brands. Like this Thor motorhome for only $389 a month. Lazy Days RV, I-4 exit 10 in Tampa.
I got it.
Honey, please don't do this.
I have to. It's who I am.
Yeah.
The 2018 Toyota RAV4 with foot-activated power liftgate.
Ooh, that's a pineapple.
Get 0% APR for 48 months plus $500 bonus cash on a new 2018 RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
There are dozens of marine biologists in Florida learning the language of dolphins. You think that's amazing? The Florida Lottery has awarded over 775,000 Bright Future scholarships and counting. See success stories at flalottery.com/brightfutures.
Calling all kids. Raise Rookies Kids Club, presented by Outback Steakhouse, is back and still free for kids 14 and under.
Swung on, grilled, center field and deep, and it is gone!
Kids can now upgrade to the All-Star membership, which includes a ticket to every Sunday home game, meal vouchers, a jersey drawstring backpack, and more for just $20. Sign up online for the coolest club in town. Go to raisebaseball.com/raiserookies. Raise up.
When humanity calls, heroes answer. Will you?
Assemble your squad. Defend the Earth. Marvel Strike Force. Download now for free.
It is the bottom of the 6th inning here at Yankee Stadium. Yankees lead the Rays 1-0. Well, it is time now for your Chevy Prospect Spotlight. We're going to look at second baseman Nick Solak, who this season in AA Montgomery is hitting .301 with 10 home runs and 43 RBIs. He was part of that 3-team deal with the Yankees and Diamondbacks back in February. He was the Yankees' second-round pick out of Louisville back in 2016, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. And he is one of a number of infielders the Rays have at not only the AA level, but AAA, and if you go down to the A level as well. In fact, the Rays have a lot of infielders at the major league level on the big club here. Aaron Judge leading off here in the bottom of the 6th with a count of 1-1. Judge, then Gregorius and Stanton. Game. Judge shoots a base hit into right. Field will have to play the carom. Judge on his way to second. He's going to make it. That ball hit the wall and stayed down there. It's a leadoff double for Judge. His 15th.
Man, you can see behind Johnny Field right there, that padding does not go all the way down to the warning track. So you've got that little bit of space between the track and the padding. This ball just, he stays inside of it and just really slices that ball. Anything that comes off the barrel of Aaron Judge is going to be hit hard. It was, and this is, you see how it just rattles and bounces.
Well, a lead leadoff double puts Judge at second base. He's in scoring position. Here's Didi Gregorius. He's the difference in the game right now with his home run. Pitch is foul back. Fastball. Strike one. Gregorius hit a breaking ball out on the first pitch he saw in the third. In fact, this foul ball, as he bats here in the sixth, only the third pitch he'd seen all night. He hit the first pitch in the first inning, hit a fly ball to left, and hit the home run on the first pitch curveball in the third. Chops it to the right side. Here's Eovaldi trying to get over there, but no place to go. As that play unfolded, Judge advanced to third. Eovaldi was on his way to first, but they were not going to get Gregorius there.
He could smell the hit, kind of tap that one a little chopper, not hit that hard, rolls over it, and then look at this, just right in the middle of nowhere. And even if Bowers throws that, he's not going to be able to get him. And Didi Gregorius says, hey, I got a chance here for an infield hit. Bowers, the one play that he did have was to, hold on to that ball, see if maybe Aaron Judge rounds third base a little bit too far, but he smartly did not.
Now Stanton. Pitch low and outside. Eovaldi, a little over 70 pitches on the night. You got Stanton on a fastball in the first. Ground ball in the third. Struck him out the first time with that fastball. There's a drive back into center. Malik Smith makes the catch. A tag at third. The run will score. The throw back into second, keeping Gregorius at first base. So the Yankees got their second run. 36 run batted in for Stanton.
That ball right off the end of the bat. I mean, the reaction of the crowd here, you thought that ball was headed to Hoboken.
In which case, that would have been okay, because that would have been a foul ball.
Okay, well, I don't have my my GPS up here open like you do.
Here's Greg Bird. Over to first. Gregorius is back in.
I think this crowd, anytime either Judge or Stanton get a ball in the air, assume home run.
Yeah, you're right about that. You are so right about that. And to right. Field comes on to make the catch, and back to first goes Gregorius. Greg Bird retired. Well, Gary Sanchez will hit. A couple of ground ball outs. Sanchez hitting 186. Want to know the count. One and one. Cutting a miss. He threw a fastball by him. A little extra on that one, 97. On the 78th pitch of the night thrown by Eovaldi. Sanchez 4 of his last 57. And a bouncing ball to the right side. Wendell makes the toss. 1 run. A man left. We're at the end of 6. 2-0 New York.
Hey, do you? Thanks. Hey, thank you.
Hey, WB, do you have my... Oh, thanks, bro.
Tune in after every game for Rays Live, the postgame show, delivered by Who But WB Mason.
Get ready for supercharged savings. It's AutoNation's 72-hour flash sale. Right now, drive a new Nissan Rogue or Altima. Your choice, just $149 a month. Charge in to AutoNation Nissan.
The signs are out there. The luxury you deserve is at your 6 South Florida Mercedes-Benz dealerships. So we have what you want, like a new GLC 300, $419 a month. Or step up to a new Mercedes-Benz GLE 350, $589 a month. Get the best for less than you'd expect at Mercedes-Benz of Miami, Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Coconut Creek, and Delray.
It's AutoNation's 72-hour flash sale. Drive new Camrys or RAV4s with 0 down, 0% financing, plus no payments for 90 days. Hurry! These savings end in a flash. At AutoNation Toyota.
Time for T-Mobile's Hats Off for Heroes. New York reliever David Robertson active, supporting military. Robertson founded High Socks for Hope and is the Yankees spokesperson for the Wounded Warrior Project. And the veteran of 11 major league seasons will get the call from the bullpen here. Game moves into the 7th inning. Robertson follows Holder to the mound.
Oh, Robertson, a former closer, given the opportunity here in the 7th inning, just shows you how deep this bullpen is. For the 32nd time, he's got 38 punch outs and 30 2/3.
Well, Malik Smith will open the 7th inning. He was at the plate when Adames was caught trying to steal in the 6th. Pitch hit on the ground and a base hit the other way. Rays have some speed aboard here. The Rays have had base runners in every inning. This is the 3rd time they have put the leadoff man on. Duffy walked to open the 1st. Refsnyder walked to open the 3rd. Malik Smith with a base hit to begin the 7th inning. Christian Arroyo at the plate. 0 for 2, couple strikeouts. And he takes that one for a strike. Away from him, out toward the corner. Rays left the bases loaded in the 4th inning. They left single runners on in the 2nd and the 5th. Couple double plays in the mix. The caught stealing, fly ball to center. Hicks is there. Arroyo is the first out in the 7th.
And for David Robertson, it's degrees of movement. Nothing straight. Cutter, curveball, slider. If you're a right-handed hitter, it's just how far away from me is this pitch going to move.
Pitch inside to Refsnyder. Robertson worked in the game Wednesday for New York against Washington. The move to first, back in. There's Malik Smith over there. Ground ball outside of third, foul. It's 1-1. "32 years old, David Robertson. He was in 61 games last year combined with the White Sox and the Yankees. Robertson wound up winning 9 games last year. He was 9-2, 4-2 with the White Sox and 5-0 with the Yankees. Had a total of 14 saves, 13 of those with Chicago. Lifted into left for Gardner. 2 gone. So Johnny Field is on his way to the plate. Field 1 out of 2 tonight. Pitch is low. Two-run deficit for the Rays. Rays looking for their first run of the night. Well, it's 1-1 to Field.
Well, they've had some opportunities. They've had base runners. And it goes back to what we were talking about early on. For this offense to be successful, they need the big hit, the big spot. It just hasn't happened yet.
Swing and a foul ball headed for the seats. Now 1-2.
And by the way, you start to run out of time because the deeper that you get into this bullpen, the tougher and tougher it gets.
Yep. Ooh, look out, sailing over the top of the helmet. 2-2. Safe at first on a move over on Malik Smith.
Well, Alex has been getting an awfully big lead here and almost got caught leaning right there. Wow.
And a cut and a miss. Field out on strikes. So we're going to head into the bottom of the 7th. The Freedom Tower in Manhattan. 2-0 Yankees.
Dave, I think they want everyone to try some.
Dave, this is bordering on inconsiderate.
Yep, tastes just like us.
Oh, come on.
See, this is why you weren't my best man, Dave.
It's really good.
Mangoes are great. Snapple mango tea tastes just like them.
To err is human. To anticipate
is the Lexus RX. With pedestrian detection, auto braking, and lane departure alert, standard. Experience another step closer to a safer world.
Lease the 2018 RX 350 for $429 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Checkers and Rallies, you can get a win before the game even starts. And winning just got easier because now you can get a meal deal with your choice of 4 delicious sandwiches and small famous seasoned fries for just $2. Beats trying to fill up on overpriced stadium food. The $2 meal deal with your choice of 4 sandwiches and small famous seasoned fries. Checkers and Rallies. Fast foodies know the deal.
There are dozens of marine biologists in Florida learning the language of dolphins. You think that's amazing? The Florida Lottery has awarded over 775,000 Bright Future scholarships and counting. See success stories at flalottery.com/brightfutures.
Taking their 7th inning stretch at Yankee Stadium. 2-0 ball game. New York with a run in the 3rd, another run in the 6th inning with Brian Anderson. Dwayne Stats with you. We've also heard from Michelle Margot tonight. And it's great to have you with us. It's a gorgeous evening in New York, here in the Bronx. And coming up tomorrow, day game tomorrow, and on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. Michelle will take a tour of Monument Park here. Doug Wechter will be breaking down Luis Severino, the starter for New York. Our coverage all begins at 12:30. That's a special place out there beyond the center field wall. On to the bottom of the 7th inning. Eovaldi threw 79 pitches and a pretty good line, but no support for him so far.
He's been awfully efficient. That goes back to the first pitch strikes and jumping out ahead, taking advantage of an aggressive lineup because of that. But yeah, not getting a whole lot of help.
Aaron Hicks has popped to short and has grounded out to first with the pitcher covering. Chops it to the right side. Wendell open out with the throw, and Hicks is out of there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, a nice job by Eovaldi. He needs to hold the Yankees here and see what the Rays can do against this Yankee bullpen. That's a tall order. Miguel Andujar. And that's a first pitch strike, 97. Betances up in the bullpen. Dylan Betances for the Yankees. Little tapper, Eovaldi with the underhanded toss, and Bowers finds the bag. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Gleyber Torres, who made the difference in the game last night with his 13th home run. 0 for 2 tonight. He'll hit with the bases empty and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. It's a ball down. Well, 6 innings against Oakland. 5 each against Washington and Seattle. 6 2/3 tonight in the Bronx for Rivaldi. And he gets that one by Torres. It's 1-1.
Well, when you have the stuff of a Nathan Eovaldi and you have established that you are going to pound the zone and get ahead of the hitters pretty consistently, you will elicit some early swings. And that's what he's been able to do. And that's why that pitch count in such good order here. 2 outs in the 7th. Potentially 1 pitch away. How about that number right there? 44 times he's gone 95 plus. 44 more times than I ever did it.
It's now 2-2. It's really amazing the velocity in the game now when you look back and think about, as recent as when you pitched and in the decade before you pitched. There was never this kind of velocity on the wholesale value. Well, he strikes out Torres. 5th strikeout for Rivaldi. Matt Duffy's going to lead it off here when we go to the 8th.
At the Jeep Celebration event, it's time to celebrate the most awarded best-selling SUV lineup. With the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the reimagined Jeep Cherokee. Because no matter where your imagination takes you, Jeep brand vehicles were made to get you there. Hurry in now and for a limited time get an additional $500 bonus cash at the Jeep Celebration event. Or well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Jeep Compass for $99 a month. Join the 20th anniversary celebration on Saturday, June 23rd when the Rays wear Devil Rays throwbacks and take home one of your own. Go to RaysBaseball.com for more info. Rays up.
Rays and the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Live coverage of the 118th U.S. Open continues tomorrow from Shinnecock Hills on Fox, FS1, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Dustin Johnson atop the leaderboard. 4 under total with a 3 under today in the 2nd round. 3rd round tomorrow of the U.S. Open. Dylan Betances will come on to work the 8th. He worked the 8th inning last night. And Matt Duffy will lead off against him. He faced Duffy, Bowers, and Ramos last night. And the same 3 here tonight as Duffy fouls it back. Fastball, 97, strike 1.
Well, Dylan Betances has gotten his act together. The last 14 innings, he's given up just 2 hits. 1 earned run.
Oh, 2. Well, another guy, 97. Big time velocity.
Yeah, and a breaking ball on top of it. An intimidation factor. He's so big and so tall, the reach so far. I'm talking about a pitcher feeling like he's right on top of you. This would be one of them.
A bouncing ball. It's handled by Bird. 1 away. We're talking about velocity. As recent as 2008, there were only 14 starting pitchers who averaged 93 or better on their fastball.
That is hard to believe.
And there were only 9 relievers who averaged 95 plus.
You have some bullpens, some staffs that may have 5 or 6.
That's exactly right.
That average around there.
I mean, you talk about the increased velocity in the game over the last 10 years, it's amazing. You're looking at one right there.
Well, there's one of those starters that would average above 93, well above 93 for Blake Snell. That is shocking. Only 14. And 2008 doesn't feel that long ago.
Yep. A 1-1 count. Two and one. Bowers tonight, a couple of strikeouts and a ground ball. Two. There's another big arm out there. Alvarado in the bullpen. Strike three called on Bowers.
Not fair. Not fair. And you got to deal with 99 and that kind of heat and this. Well, you know, Dwayne, when we're talking about that velocity, interestingly enough, in this series, you've got 3 of the top 6 relievers overall velocity between Betances, Chapman, and Alvarado.
Yep.
3 of the hardest throwers in the game in this one series.
Ramos takes the first pitch, breaking ball for a strike.
And we're probably going to see them all. You're going to see Betances, then you're going to see Alvarado next tab, then you're going to go right to Chapman.
0-2. Well, there's been such an emphasis on power arms, even from a scouting perspective. I've had scouts tell me that unless a young amateur doesn't throw 92 or 93, there's not a lot of overriding interest, which is amazing to me.
And you'll miss some good pitchers.
Yes. High foul back and out of play. Well, you just wonder where all that's going to eventually go.
Oh, I think the more that we've gone around the league, you've started to see some more of those guys, 88 to 91.
Did he go? He held up in time. It's 1-2.
And Betances was headed to the dugout.
Well, I can actually remember a time, you know, we've both been around this game for a while. There was a time when people were asking, where are all the guys who can throw 90? There was that time. Yeah. It doesn't seem it was that long ago, but I guess it was. And strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Betances.
People like vanilla, but people love chocolate. Think about it. There's no vanilla on vanilla. Because when it comes to ice cream, it's all about the chocolate. On chocolate. On even more chocolate. So put a spoon in it. This debate is done. Greenwise organic chocolate truffle ice cream. Chocolate ice cream, fudge truffles, and a chocolatey sauce. Your move, vanilla. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
It's time to celebrate the guy who taught you everything. Stock up on Father's Day gifts at Men's Warehouse. Dress shirts and pants are now 3 for $99. Get 50% off all shorts and casual shirts. Plus, it's buy one, get one free on select items. Dad's gonna like the way he looks.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. And if you're struggling with an IRS tax debt of $10,000 or more, I want you to call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. They recently turned a client's $100,000 tax debt into a refund. You gotta love that. So call the Tax Defense Group now. They'll give you a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and they're open 24 hours a day because tax debt doesn't sleep either.
Call 800-981-0663. That's 800-981-0663.
Nobody outside the CIA knew this place existed.
Which means the agency's been compromised. I don't know who I can trust.
Joe, are you okay?
No. Can I come in?
What happened to you?
I don't think I can talk about it.
Mass shooter Joseph Turner, who is believed to have killed 11 of
What they said about me on the news isn't true.
Can you stay alive till 5 o'clock?
Condor, an AT&T original series, only on Audience.
Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Freedom Boat Company, the freedom to be on the water without the hassle of boat ownership. And by your local Honda dealer. Two-0 ball game. Brett Gardner to begin the bottom of the 8th. Nathan Eovaldi on the hill. Little ground ball to short. Adames makes the throw to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. An 8-pitch 7th inning for Eovaldi. So he's made only 88 pitches tonight, 1 out into the 8th.
Well, he has certainly been impressive. They hope some way that the Rays offense can come through for him in their last at bat. But he has done his part, that's for sure. Hasn't walked anybody, so he hasn't hurt himself. Just 2 earned, 7+.
Now Aaron Judge. There's a strike. Chapman up in the bullpen. Oh, that's the formula for this New York Yankee pitching staff. They got 5 innings from their starter, then to the bullpen. Holder, Robertson, Betances, now Chapman in the bullpen. It's a ball, 2-strike count. Two and 2. Ground ball, that's going to make its way through into center. Judge has his second hit of the night. Well, 1 on, 1 out. D.D. Gregorius, the left-handed hit. The left-handed hitting shortstop is due. He has a home run and a base hit. Kevin Cash checking with the bullpen.
Well, Alvarado was up earlier. We saw that.
It's going to be Eovaldi against Gregorius. And he fouls it back. Strike 1. Well, here's the first run of the game. It came on that hanging curveball.
Trying to roll one in, and Gregorius got the Yankees on the board. Well, it looks like they've got Johnny Venters up now. So Alvarado down, Venters up.
That pitch up a bit. 1-1. There's Venters. Loosening now in the bullpen. Stanton is on deck.
Yeah, at this point, you're thinking Greg Bird.
And a cut and a miss, 1 and 2. Yeah, when you look at this lineup, they've gone Gardner left, Judge right, Gregorius left, Stanton right, Bird left, and Sanchez right. Hicks, the switch hitter, behind him.
It's that back and forth that sometimes we talk about that can make it tough on a pitcher because you're forcing him to constantly change his sight lines.
Time granted by Ed Hickox.
Well, he's done a nice job of navigating that so far.
Well, Eovaldi has never thrown a complete game in the major leagues. High foul out of play. There's one out into the 8th inning with a man on tonight, trailing 2-0. He certainly pitched well, but the Rays have been unable to score. Rays have put men on base in every inning except the 8th. Fouled the third base side out of play. What's interesting this game when it comes to hitting and slumps, and you'd never think Gregorius would go as bad as he did. Same thing about Sanchez, who's 0 for 3 tonight. He's 4 for 58. You just can't imagine. You're talking about two good hitters. And another foul ball out of play. You see the roller coaster ride for Gregorius, 368, and then for 21 games he hit under 100. 300 the last couple of weeks. Roller foul, so he extends this at bat. That one off his foot. Just a reminder, Rays Live, the postgame, again presented by W.B. Mason. Rich and Doug along to anchor our postgame coverage from Yankee Stadium. We'll hear from Kevin Cash and get updates from around the Rays farm system. Eighth pitch of the at-bat, and a little looper into shallow right. That's a base hit. Runner trying to go to third. Throw there. Not going to be in time. It gets by Arroyo and is backed up by Eovaldi. Gregorius was headed for second on the throw to third. And the Yankees have men at second and third and only one out on the base hit to right by Gregorius.
What an at-bat by Gregorius, fouling off some tough pitches. He gets a split there, and he's able to go down, get underneath it. And then how about Aaron Judge? Sees that ball's going to drop in and doesn't even think about it. He's just heading to third the whole way, forcing that throw from Johnny Field. Gregorius alertly moving up. Yankees super aggressive right there.
Yeah, Judge didn't fall for Wendell's act at second either. He did a pretty good job on the decoy, but that did no good. And now an intentional pass to Stanton and a pitching change, brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Kubota's L2501 DT packs powerful performance into one easy-to-operate compact tractor. Designed for all-day operator comfort and easy use of implements, the L2501 DT makes mowing, digging, hauling, and lifting quick and simple. Now get payments as low as $129 a month with 0% APR financing for 84 months. Kubota L2501 DT compact tractors, the only real choice.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
People like vanilla, but people love chocolate. Think about it. There's no vanilla on vanilla, because when it comes to ice cream, it's all about the chocolate. On chocolate. On even more chocolate. So put a spoon in it. This debate is done. Greenwise organic chocolate truffle ice cream. Chocolate ice cream, fudge truffles, and a chocolatey sauce. Your move, vanilla. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
In my day, our pools were like our language. Unfiltered.
Keep it clean this summer with 10 to 15% off filters and more. Only at Pinch A Penny's store-wide 4-day summer sale, June 21st through 24th.
4 days? Better hurry.
2-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Everyone deserves a second chance. Just play grouper. Enter your lucky money ticket online, and you're registered for the $400,000 Super Grouper Second Chance promotion. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly.
Well, Nathan Eovaldi gave it everything he had here tonight against this Yankee lineup. Formidable Yankee lineup. Pitched into the 8th inning, 7 1/3. 8 hits, 2 earned runs, and so far responsible for a couple runners on. Right there, gets caught hanging a first pitch curveball that Gregorius jumped all over. Worked 5 strikeouts. I'll tell you, he battled as hard as he could, helping himself right there with a double play. And now you hope that the bullpen here can clean it up for you, and you can come back in the 9th.
Well, a tough spot for the veteran Johnny Venters. Bases loaded. He's matching up against the left-handed bat of Greg Bird. Judge at third, Gregorius second, Stanton at first on the intentional walk. And a first pitch strike. .101 pitches for Eovaldi, 75 strikes. One and one. Right back toward Gary Sanchez, who's waiting to hit next. Swing and a miss. Bird out on strikes. So Venters gets the left-handed hitter. That'll be Gary Sanchez.
And the breaking ball, how about that? Good break by Johnny Venters. He put it in the big, started it in a very good spot and finished it in even a better one. And Bird out there chasing. It's what you needed. Now you'll take it out any way you can get it.
Sanchez, 3 ground ball outs tonight. Pitcher first, third to first, second to first. Pitch is a strike. Warren to join Chapman in the bullpen for New York. A little wide. 1-1. Singles from Judge and Gregorius before the intentional pass to Stanton. It's low, blocked by Ramos.
Wait, everything was out of rhythm on that pitch right there by Venters. And it was a nice job by Wilson Ramos of keeping that in front. He was kind of out of sync from the very beginning. You see just kind of falling and pulled that pitch with him. You see him take a peek back there at the mound.
Judge has scored. Gregorius has scored. Stanton's going to score. It's a double for Sanchez. And the Yankees make it a 5-run ball game.
It's precisely the reason why Aaron Boone had Adam Warren up. They were eyeing a big inning, and they got it from a guy who has been slumping terribly. Gary Sanchez able to get extended and shoot that ball into right. Johnny Field, you don't blame him. You've got to try to make a play here in right field and go for it. Just ends up a hair short.
Now Hicks. He's down. Well, Sanchez got it just out of the reach of Field. He had gone 4 for his last 58 before that 3-run double. His 13th double of the year. Now he has 38 runs batted in. Great effort by Field. And you're right. Selling out the way he did, you had to do it.
You cannot play that conservatively and, keep the Yankees to one more run. You've got to try to make a play. It's all or nothing.
The Yankees with 5 runs on 9 hits. All those runs go to Eovaldi's account. That's a shame.
That is.
Because he pitched so well. Ground ball. Right behind second. Wendell there to make the pickup and throw. New York in with 3. They leave 1 and lead 5-0.
Being detected was not an option. If I was recognized, the whole operation was blown. The element of surprise was imperative.
Wow. He won't even recognize you. Seriously. I don't even recognize myself.
And thanks to my cash rewards credit card from Navy Federal with never expiring rewards, it's gonna be a killer honeymoon.
Woo! Maui!
Boom.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
So you guys have recently started dating?
Yes.
Cool. I want to show you guys 3 Chevy SUVs. The first one is called the Trax. Great for when you move in together. And this is the Chevy Equinox. Perfect for when you 2 have your first kid.
Give me some time.
Okay. This is the Traverse for when you have your 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 1 cat.
Whoa.
Hurry in now. Current competitive owners can get $5,000 below MSRP on this Chevy Equinox when you finance with GM Financial. Offer ends July 2nd. See your Southern Chevy dealers.
Providing the fuel to take you there, no matter where there is. Top-tier quality fuels from Valero keep your engine running cleaner, better, and longer.
These are the people who make Gentleman Jack. Cultured, refined. Just kidding. They're the same folks who make Old Number 7. They simply take the time to mellow it twice. Gentleman Jack, from the makers of Jack Daniels.
5-run ball game now. 3-run 8th for New York. The Rays will be coming in for their final shot in the 9th inning. The big blow in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gary Sanchez with a bases loaded double.
Got a pitch away that he could reach. Johnny Field trying to make a play. That's what you want him to do. Boy, helpless feeling there for Wilson Ramos and everybody else, because once that ball got by Field, it was a track meet.
Well, Chapman will not be in now with his 5-run deficit for the Rays. Adam Warren will get the call to make his 11th appearance. Joey Wendell will begin the 9th. And Willie Adames and Malik Smith. The pitch is a strike. Of course, it's a team game, but you really feel for Eovaldi on an individual basis. He's charged with 5 earned runs in 7 1/3. And what a shame that is, because he pitched a great game. 1-1 to count to Wendell. Doing one other thing just to make you feel worse. Eovaldi made 101 pitches, 75 strikes. He really filled the strike zone tonight. You know, the average on that is going to be somewhere 61, 62 strikes, somewhere about 62 or 3%. Well, he was well over that with 75 and 101 pitches.
And really, it doesn't stand out that he was in the strike zone too much. You know, sometimes you say, hey, too many strikes, not a good thing either.
Yep.
But a lot of those strikes, chases out of the zone. He had good stuff tonight, so he was in attack mode. And unfortunately, just unraveled there at the end.
Liner into center, and Hicks will cut back to make the catch. Wendell out number 1 in the 9th.
It just goes to show you how difficult it is to hold this lineup down for 9 innings. And they just have, there is trouble sprinkled 1 through 9, and they make you work for everything.
Loisago right now in line to pick up his first big league win and his first big league start. A strike on the foul ball by Adames. Loisago worked 5 innings, gave up no runs, 3 hits. Holder, Robertson, Betances, and Warren have followed him. One and one. Tap foul. 1 and 2. Two and two. Last word we've heard for tomorrow, the Rays, the next 2 games, look to have a variation of the opener format and then go to the bullpen. It appears Stanek and Yarbrough will pitch tomorrow. Full count to Adames. Taps it foul. Adames has reached base all 3 plate appearances tonight with a walk, a single, and another walk. Caught trying to steal in the 6th. And strike 3 is called. It's 10 strikeouts for New York pitching tonight. And Malik Smith will be the hitter. Well, Malik's made the final out of the game last night when the Yankees beat the Rays 4-3. And he's trying to avoid that here tonight. He had a 7-game hitting streak come to an end last night. He's been on twice tonight with a walk and a single after striking out his first time. Adam Warren out there for New York. The Yankees have Luis Severino set to go tomorrow. He's 9-2. Too low, 1-1.
It doesn't get any easier.
And Severino and Sabathia the next 2 days. Day game tomorrow. close to Malik's. 2-1. Malik's ground ball is short. Over to first. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays in the ninth inning. And this one is over. It's a 5-0 final. The Rays handed their second consecutive loss here in New York. Eovaldi will take the loss, though Heisiga picks up his first big league win. Rays Live, the post game next. From Ryan Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. Post game is next.
Honda, I like it. New Honda cars for less than the competition, starting at just $149 a month, or save thousands with 0.9% for up to 60 months. Fits, Civics, and Accords from $149 a month. Fit, best subcompact for the money. Civic, KBB.com's best buy, or Accord, the North American car of the year. Drive new Hondas from $149 a month today at your local Honda dealer.
Oh yeah, I like it. This is a payday bar. It has a truckload of peanuts and a caramel core that gets the job done. It's 10.5 centimeters of awesome. Unless you get the king size, which is 14.7 centimeters of, oh yeah. Payday. Get to it.
Whatever you're getting ready for, come into Supercuts. We pay attention to every detail and then finish with our signature hot towel, so you feel clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. Save time by checking in with our mobile app or at supercuts.com.
There are dozens of marine biologists in Florida learning the language of dolphins. You think that's amazing? The Florida Lottery has awarded over 775,000 Bright Future scholarships and counting. See success stories at flalottery.com/brightfutures.
Good evening. How can I make you a millionaire today?
My AC isn't working. Can I get somebody out here tonight?
We'll have one of our technicians right over.
How was work today?
It was good. I gotta go.
Get 0% for 72 months or up to $1,000 rebate on qualifying new train systems. It's hard to stop a train. Million Air, masters of comfort.
It's time to celebrate the guy who taught you everything. Stock up on Father's Day gifts at Men's Warehouse. Dress shirts and pants are now 3 for $99. Get 50% off all shorts and casual shirts. Plus, it's buy one, get one free on select items. Dad's gonna like the way he looks.
Ready?
You've seen them ride together for years. Now it's your turn. Fast and Furious Supercharged. Ride it now at Universal Orlando Resort. Florida residents, get ready to double your thrills when you buy one day and get a second day free. For details, go to universalorlando.com.
Celebrate summer in style with big savings from your local Ford dealer. Now is a great time to get a great deal on a complete lineup of Ford vehicles, all part of America's best-selling brand. Now get 0 for 60 plus 1,500 on Escape, Edge, Explorer, Focus, and Fusion. And if you've ever served in the military or are a first responder, get an additional $1,000 appreciation cash on top of public offers available on a new Ford. Hurry in for the best savings of summer going on now at your local Ford dealer.
Take advantage of huge savings during the Lazy Days 2018 model clearance sale. Choose from over 1,500 RVs from the world's largest RV dealership, like this Coachman Travel Trailer for only $119 a month. Lazy Days RV, I-4 Exit 10 in Tampa.
welcome you in from the home of Lady Liberty, New York, New York, to Rays Live, the postgame, brought to you by WB Mason. Unfortunately, it's not a victorious one, as the Rays get shut out for the 4th time this season. The final score in Game 2 of this 4-game series from Yankee Stadium, Yankees 5, Rays nothing. Rich Hollenberg, Doug Wechter inside Yankee Stadium for the first Rays Live on the road for the postgame show. And it brings to mind a book that famous sports author John Feinstein wrote about golf, albeit. Mark Twain said that golf was a good walk spoiled. I get the sense that tonight's start by Nate Eovaldi was a good start spoiled.
Yeah, you lost me at reading books. All kidding aside, you are absolutely 100% correct. Look, Nate Eovaldi, I thought, had one of his best starts I've ever seen. He threw so well tonight, and you've got to remember who he's going up against. All right, factor this in. This is the best offense in the major leagues. They are playing at home, where it's the easiest park to hit a home run. They have 109 home runs coming into tonight. So, look, this is a great offense. Nate Eovaldi did a great job. He got the loss, unfortunately. But, you know, he really put his A game together.
We'll have more on Nate in just a second, but part of that great offense, really the key to the great offense tonight, is the shortstop for the Yankees, who we talked about in our pregame show, Didi Gregorius. He is our out-of-the-box top.
Well, Didi, absolutely hitting his 3rd home run in just 3 games. His last 3 games, he has a home run in each. And, look, Didi Gregorius is on fire right now. He's got 14 home runs for the season. That one came on the first pitch on a curveball. And then later in the at-bat, later in the game, he was just doing everything. This is an infield hit that he beat out. Going in 3 for 3 tonight. And then here, this is the kicker. Right here, you got Aaron Judge on first base. 8th inning, Eovaldi's really locked in right now. He stretches the single, gets to second base on the overthrow. And look at the night right here, Rich. I mean, just torching the Rays lately.
He is our fantastic Sam's fantastic performance. Didi Gregorius, who again, as we spoke of in the pregame show, sandwiched in between Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. You are setting yourself up for success. He took advantage of it. Obviously, we'll talk about that 8th inning. That was so key because it tacked on those 3 runs of what was a really close game. But getting that single in a long, tough at-bat against Nate Eovaldi, it really finally took the wind out of the sails for the Rays.
You could tell what Eovaldi was trying to do. If you watch that at-bat closely, he was not going back to the curveball. And the reason for that was the first at-bat against Didi Gregorius. First pitch he threw was the curveball, and it was a home run. So in the last at-bat against Gregorius, he was trying to stay away from the curveball. Everything is hard on Eovaldi unless he throws the curveball. So really, Gregorius was just fighting him off, fighting him off, fighting him off. He had his fastball timed up. Finally, he got a pitch out over the plate, and Didi was able to wrap it to right field. And after such a long at-bat, so frustrating for a pitcher to give up a hit like that. And Gregorius, man, he just had some kind of night.
Another great night for a newcomer who no one really knew a lot about. Jonathan Loaizaga came into this game not having even pitched to AAA hitters, let alone Major League hitters. He looked great through the first 5 innings.
Right. I've practiced his name like 6 times. I still don't know if I got it right. Look, this guy has not pitched above AA going into tonight. You can tell he had some nerves going in because he had 4 walks his entire career. In 10 starts this year, he had 4 walks. Tonight, he matched that with 4 more walks in just 5 innings. That being said, he had commanding stuff. He was up to 96. You can tell if he's around the plate, he could be a really big weapon for the Yankees moving forward, because that's one of the knocks on this team. The starting pitcher. Sure. Obviously, this team can hit. They got a lot of offense. One of the knocks is they might not have the starting rotation to get deep into the playoffs or deep into the season. All right? Well, you got a guy like this, Loaizaga, if he can come up here and do what he did today and do even better, if he's more around the plate, moving forward, you got to assume he will be. Assume that he'll be more comfortable the more times he gets out on the mound in the major league level. I saw some really good stuff out of a kid who's never probably pitched in front of more than 5,000 people. Now you take him in front of Yankee Stadium, he's got 50,000 people all over him, and you go out there and you put 5 innings together, pretty good work. That's a strong outing for a young rookie.
He put the blinders on, and he did exactly what Aaron Boone and the Yankees needed him to do, and he picks up the victory in the process. Nate Eovaldi, you talk about tough luck loser. Right. Nate Eovaldi, this might be one of the top 3 pitching performances by a Rays starter this season.
Over 75% of his pitches were strikes. You see his line right here. He only walked one guy, and that was intentional. I mean, look, he's around the plate the whole time. There's really only the one mistake I saw out of him the entire night. Uvalde, at one point in time, he was so commanding. He had 9 straight batters he threw a first pitch strike to. He was in front of everybody. He was pitching ahead in the zone, and his off-speed pitches were dynamic tonight. His cut fastball is one of the main reasons he was able to get deep into this lineup. He had this little wrinkle coming in at 94 miles an hour, 93 miles an hour, and then a fastball behind it popping about 96, 98. And when you do that combination with just subtle movements coming in that hard, it's so hard to pick up. And you could see it through the first 6, 7 innings against this lineup who launches typically. They weren't able to turn on him. They weren't able to barrel him up. Outside of one curveball from Gregorius, I thought he looked outstanding, and it was really a good thing to see moving forward.
And hey, we were watching from the third base well here. We were literally ground level watching Nate in the 8th inning, and he was popping 96 just as easy as he was in the first.
It was awesome. You get back to ground level, and the farther away you get from baseball, the easier it looks.
Yeah.
Then you come down here and you see this live sport in action. You see how, well, first of all, Aaron Judge was on third base, and that dude is enormous.
He's a monster.
He's huge. I had no clue he was that big. I haven't been on the field with that guy yet. So I'm glad I didn't have to pitch to him. But so we're down here and we're watching 96, 98 miles an hour. And the fact that you got to decide that quickly to be able to turn on a pitch that fast or react to a curveball coming in 10 miles, 15 mile an hour slower, a cutter. I mean, it's incredible the real time that these athletes have to decide. And, you know, it's a testament on how tough the sport is.
In the 8th inning, the backbreaker came with the bases loaded, Stanton on first, Gregorius second, Judge third, and Gary Sanchez hitting a .188 coming into this game, finally broke through for the Yankees.
Yeah, the Kraken obviously going up against Johnny Venners. Venners came in, got the quick out, and then he had bases loaded, 2 outs. You're hoping he can get out of this inning clean. Wasn't able to. It was Sanchez just really looking to fillet something to right field, and that's exactly what he was able to do. It was a changeup away, and he just stuck with the pitch, hit it to right field, and it was, 3 RBIs later. It was at that point in time, we knew it was going to be tough to come back.
So the end result is a 5-0 loss. The Yankees take game 2 of this 4-game series as they took game 1. So it's a 2-0 Yankees lead going into game 3. We'll get you ready for game 3 coming up after this break, and we'll go inside the visitors clubhouse so you can hear Kevin Cash's post-game press conference as well. That's all coming up on Rays Live, the post-game, brought to you by